Last year, the legislature created the Hometown Heroes Assistance Program to provide financial assistance to firefighters and first responders who develop job-related illnesses and trauma. Recently, Governor Walz held a ceremonial bill signing to laud the program's extension.
And the first one we're opening up with, this is our Hometown Heroes Act. And we didn't really get a time to stand with folks and to celebrate this work about making sure we were there to support our firefighters and those first responders. It's clear that over the last several years, the danger that's always inherent with this job was exacerbated by a global pandemic, and more that we're learning around exposures to toxic and carcinogens, we're starting to understand just at the risks that we put our firefighters at. And I can't tell you how grateful I am. Senator Howe, Representative Loehrke, and their colleagues in the House took this issue up, crafted an incredible piece of legislation that showed that Minnesotans care deeply about the care of our firefighters and our first responders. And I think the advocacy coming from these groups of making sure that we stood with them, that we did the best research possible, and we passed a piece of legislation that will impact lives and impact families. So I, for one, am incredibly grateful. I think it's one way for Minnesotans to express that gratitude. And again, just some great bipartisan legislative work to get this thing across the finish line.
You know, my daughter, we always talk about that Mr. Rogers quote of look for the helpers when things are scary or things are hard. And today we get to thank all of our helpers for their incredible good work. So Gitchi Miigwech, thank you so much for the work that you do every day to keep us safe. And this is one way that we can honor that work.
And we are here to honor our firefighters who have higher rates of cancer, PTSD, cardiac issues, just for doing the job that we asked them to do. And this is a long time coming. We've worked on it for about, 3 years now? But the third year's a charm, right? And we have it there now for our folks in the future to make sure that they get the help that they need and that they understand how much we care about the work that they do.
As a former firefighter, it's, who watched some of my fellow firefighters fight and battle cancer and fight the tremendous battle that keeps plaguing us even after we leave service. I think it's vitally important that we take care of our folks that continue to put themselves in harm's way. I will say I think it's also going to help us once we get this advertised out there to help us in our recruitment of firefighters, because right now we are struggling to put people in the front lines to help us keep people safe and respond when there's times of need.
Joining me now in the studio is the Senate author of the Hometown Heroes Assistance Program, Senator Jeff Howe. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for asking me to be here. It's a great day.
The program that you champion provides financial support to firefighters and first responders who contracted a critical illness while doing their job. Firefighting is certainly very dangerous work. Do you know roughly the percentage of firefighters that are diagnosed with this serious illness because of their service?
You know, I don't know the exact number or the percentage. I was a firefighter. I've seen my colleagues have both heart disease and cancer. Drove me to get a cancer insurance policy myself. But I do know that 75% of the firefighters on the memorial were due to cancer. So it's much more prevalent, and I think the life expectancy for a firefighter is like 54 years or 55 years. So you can see that we don't have a great life expectancy as compared to the normal population. So it's critical that we had to respond to something, and as we go through this, this is a great tool to try and show that we do care about our first responders, we do care about our firefighters, and trying to help us recruit more, because right now that's not we're struggling to put people in boots.
And we're going to get to that in just a second. My understanding is that a firefighter who is diagnosed with a critical illness on or after August 1st of last year, 2021, is now eligible to apply for a benefit. What are the first steps for them to take? Well,
actually, you can go on the website, or just, I just made a phone call this morning just to touch base with them. And you get your options and you call, and I talked to a firefighter that applied, and it's a one-page document. He said it was very easy to apply, and it was extremely smooth and seamless as far as getting in contact with them and actually filling out the form and sending it in. He said it was one of the easiest things he's done as far as applying for something so important.
And we'll put up a link with that information at the end of this segment. How much money can a firefighter receive, and how is that money to be used?
Well, it's important that I think if you apply, I think there's $20,000 available, and that's through an insurance program that we have. And what's important to know is that that can be used for anything. Any expenses that family needs, that's what it can be provided for. So let's say that they come down with cancer, and they actually, through operations and radiation, whatever, through their medical procedures, they beat cancer. And let's say they return back to firefighting, back to service, and they come down with a heart condition 5 years later. They can apply for that $20,000 again. And because we all have multiple issues, and so we can apply for those funds over and over again to help you through that and help the family through that serious thing.
So as diagnoses occur, that the support remains available.
Yeah, it's not a one and done thing. As we know with critical illnesses, we come down with multiple ones, especially in the fire service. So this will continue to be there and continue to provide those services and those resources for the families that are in the service.
Cancer, heart disease, and emotional trauma are known causes of illness and death for firefighters. You were a firefighter, and this goes to what you were saying before. Are the hazards of the position insurmountable in attracting people to this really necessary work?
It is. You know, it's time consuming, and usually the calls come in inconvenient times, so you have to drop what you're doing, whether you're at a family event, whether you're in bed or whatever you're doing. You got to drop what you're doing, respond, and sometimes, and those are the paid on-call volunteers. And those of us that have served in career firefighting know that your shift, you don't get to schedule that. You're scheduled, and you're scheduled for years out, and you know that you're going to miss Christmas. You know that you're going to miss. You're scheduled, and you know you're going to miss those important events. So you know, the psychological toll is always a problem there, because you miss a lot of important things. And then when you end up responding to some of these tremendous tragedies and you know, those things that you see that nobody should see, and you have to deal with things that you probably no one's prepared to deal with. And that emotional trauma takes a huge toll, not only on you as a firefighter, but it also affects your family. So that's the important piece of this, that it applies and it helps not only the firefighter, but and I'm probably jumping ahead here, I don't know, but you know, the thing is it's tremendously important to provide those services, because the emotional trauma for these firefighters is immense.
Right.
And so they need that psychological help.
Well, so we're talking about physical health, but also mental health, and improving mental health was a high priority for lawmakers this session. And as you just said, it also applies to the profession of firefighting. So what is being done specifically in this program to help firefighters deal with the emotional ramifications of this work and their families?
Well, they can call for mental health. They can get that. They've got a hotline that they can call. They can get that help. They can get treated. And it's not only for them, it's for their families. It's for all of those folks that see their loved one go out and they come back not the same. And when they see their loved one struggling with what they have to deal with on the scene, this helps them help their loved one through that traumatic process. And that it's important that hotline's out there, and you got to talk to someone that knows what you're dealing with, because same thing with veterans. If you aren't one and you haven't dealt with that, it's tough to respond and provide the information and the level of care that is so needed, especially in the fire service.
Do we as a state need to focus on better training for firefighters and awareness of the potential hazards?
Yes, I mean, keep in mind, years ago, we never wore air packs. We never washed our gear. And we didn't realize that those carcinogens stay in our clothing. And And we didn't realize that as the temperature increases, your skin temperature increases, and your skin is actually more absorbent to the carcinogens that are in that fire. So we're learning all that, and firefighters need to know that, and we need to know that even when it's a small fire, you need to put that air pack on, you need to protect yourself, you need to do all that stuff, and then when you get back to the hall, you need to clean yourself, you need to clean your gear. And that's a training process, and it's not a weakness to ask for help. That actually you need to respond to that, and we need to get better at that, because we do have folks that have reached out for help and then have struggled coming back to work. And so we've got not only firefighter and the fire service need to be trained, so do our employers, our cities, our state needs to understand that once they go to help, they can recover and come back and actually be an active member and fill that proud service that they've chosen, that career that they've chosen to provide. So,
just briefly before we go, because you were a firefighter and the state needs more people to take on this responsibility, what's your pitch? Why should people do this work?
It's very rewarding. I'm telling you what, there's nothing that was more rewarding than responding to a call, helping folks, and seeing that you've actually made an impact on someone's life to make it better. And so I think that's the important piece we need to remember, and I think we need to push those people to put their feet in those boots and respond.
Senator Jeff Howe, thank you.
Thank you.